Welcome back, everybody. I kind of thought I was done with videos for today, but I want to do one about the Misc as well. I've just been kind of stewing on it. So just interested to hear your all thoughts. As they say, no rest for the wicked. Let's see, I turned this down quite a bit. This is the Starlancer Builder, so this is not coming right away. Yeah, I think these are the drone bays here, whereas these are kind of guns on some of the other the other variants. And then here you have the drone control room as well. But again, the builder's not coming later. The question is, where is the price point between the builder, the max, and the TAC? I suspect the builder wouldn't be as much as the TAC, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's going to be the highest of them all. Yeah, so as we scrub through this a bit, you can see here's the drone bay that again I pointed out and kind of in red. And then the drones kind of pop out from there. So here's a look at it. So it holds 4 large construction drones, whereas again the Pioneer was extra large. Fairly good sizing, power plant, everything like that, all pretty good sizing. The shield generator kind of sticks out here because I think the shield generator is much more on par. Maybe it was the power plant. Actually, I think the power plant on the TAC was bigger. I think it was a size 3. Pilot controlled guns is standard across the board as two. I think it's 4 guns. I think it's 2 dual size 4 guns is the way I understood it. We'll take a look at the documentation on that. 16 size 3 missiles, couple remote turrets, 128 cargo capacity, which is actually not much less, I think, than the max. Might be, yeah, it's a little bit less. Yeah, so let's get into here and see the TAC. So this is the TAC variant. Again, instead of the drum bays on the side here, you have the big guns. These are 2 size 5s, dual size 5s. I don't know if we can see the pilot. Yeah, so the pilot has, I believe this is the pilot control guns, and it's size 4s, but it's basically two size 4. It's dual size 4 guns essentially, and there's 2 of them. Too many twos in this. But anyways, that's 4 size 4 guns, I believe. And then there's other turrets and stuff like that on there as well. TAC has a Fury Bay, which I'm not super excited about. That being said, so I had the Caterpillar. I had traded a bunch of stuff for the Pirate Caterpillar. They're the same price point, so I went ahead and traded all that in for the TAC. Don't know what else would fit in here besides the Fury. I do like the Fury, and when I go out, I think y'all know my layout. When I go with my Taurus, I'll take a ferry with me, or I'll take a little ground ship, but I like to take a ferry with me, and I like to take a Nursa. So with this having med beds and having a ferry dock, it kind of does that. The only difference is the Constellation. The Taurus currently has 4 size 5s, but they may get nerfed, right? So are they going to nerf that to bring it in line with this, or bring this up? They probably won't bring this up because it's got more turrets. The Taurus probably can't be brought up or necessarily nerfed because it only has one other set of turrets. You have to look kind of at the Andromeda, and the Andromeda has 2 sets of turrets. So I don't know if they think that's enough DPS. So, anyways, I think those size 5s could become size 4s, but the way it is now, technically the Taurus has better DPS. But I'm also not in love with the shape of the Taurus. I mean, I talk about the Taurus and I use it a lot, but I think as far as shape and design wise, this looks better. Again, the only part I dislike is this part here. But also, I've gotten used to and I disliked originally the Taurus view as well. So yeah, I don't know what the best option is here, but this looks, obviously it's a lot more modern. So this is the TAC view here, the view of the TAC. You can see the hangar here. I don't know, I've gotten used to these hangars in these ships and it looks pretty cool. Going back to the front here, then there is this kind of elevator. There's meant to be another entryway. So excuse me. So maybe this will lead to that entryway there. Not sure what's going on down here. I think they do a bit of a walkthrough, and we'll see if some of the max stuff will line up with what we have here as well. Obviously, a stairway here as well to get down. This down here looks like this is medical down here, so I'm not sure if this is just lockers. It's thick enough that there's bunks here as well. So on the other side, there's bunks. On this side, maybe some storage, or maybe somewhere to sit. Like this might be maybe a kitchen area where this guy's standing. It's hard to tell. Like where you can maybe have, maybe on the back wall here, there's some eating type of like kitchen type stuff along with your bunks, and then maybe somewhat of a table here. Anyways, this layout obviously is much better as far as what you would expect from a ship size that's like the Taurus. So this is going to be really competitive against the Connies, and the Connies just need love at this point, and they probably need a newer version. I think they're on Mark 4, maybe a Mark 5. I'm messing up the actual mark that they're on. But anyways, engineering, enough room for engineering gameplay back here. And again, I've complained about the component stuff. I get it. You want the components to be diversified, but as an engineer, I'd want all my components to be together. So hard to say pros and cons, but if I was relaying out the Taurus, it would be something more akin to like this layout, what they're doing here versus the way it's currently set up. So I get wanting the components to be diversified across the ship, and that obviously that could be a pro because when your shields go down, you don't want any one particular component to go down and all the rest to go down as well because they're all close together. Down here we have when we head down here, you have I think this is the cargo area back here, and I think you can still get a Nursa back here or a similar type ship, but it's going to cut into your cargo. I believe this kind of goes like a ramp back here. It does that I think on both models or all the Max, all these free star. Oh my gosh, the Starlancers. I'm having a brain fart there for a moment. I've been doing a lot of these videos. We're gonna keep going with it though. So we have jump seats here again, medical bay here. Looks like you can walk through. Not sure. I think there's turrets here, so I think the turret jump seats are here. Yeah, here's the size 5 guns itself. So yeah, so these are where the turrets. So when we take a look at some of these other captures, this is where this little door here is where the turret gunner will push through into the man turret here, which are the size 5s. So we'll see this again in a minute, but the jump seats are right behind that. Then you have the medical bay. So we'll take a look at some of the documentation as well. So this is a little bit of the lay of the land here. So does have 2 additional 5-size man guns. Those are on the bottom down there. And again, we saw that where they're man turrets. 2 size 3 shield generators, which I think was a bump up. 2 tier 3 med beds. We did see that right behind where the SUs are carried, but 96 is not bad. That actually might even be higher than the. Gosh, I have the answer to this question. I'm not gonna look at it now. I think that might be bigger than what's available on the Andromeda as well. This is what you'll want to put in order to get a hold of the other part that we're going to look at, which is going to be of the lay of the land. So this is the commercial piece, which we looked at before, or I looked at in my ship piece. So nothing really big to kind of focus on there. That being said, I think same thing here. This is a similar look and feel. It's just the external stuff. We'll take a look at it. Heck, why not? We're already here. So you do see that the cargo opens on the side. Yep, so this is the Max, obviously. This looks even taller than it has been in the past, as far as the kind of mail slot to look through. I do like the windows over the Taurus, again. People like the windows. I think this is the back hatch where you can drive a vehicle in, and Nursa will fit back there pretty easily. So that's how you add med beds to the Max. Yeah, nice lighting on the top. Windows is nice. So these layouts are really nice, which is it's a modern ship, which feels nice. There's the missiles, which is cool. Here, turret up top, obviously. Remote, which is cool. Okay. Front and back. There's one here and there's one here. So yeah, those guns I think on the front side were the highly controlled guns. Good looking engines. So I just download it. Not bad. I think I hit the down arrow instead of. I guess that downloads. Oh, it's Transilium. Sorry. Yeah. So good looking ship. This is a look from the top down. So this is the Max. Cockpit. Turrets. Here's the escape pods here he's referring to. This is a lift here. Ladder as well. Yeah. Kitchen area. Which again leads into my thoughts. This is about the same area where the TAC. So you're going to have probably bunks as well as some sort of living quarters. Whereas this is actually going to make that much smaller and just quarters, essentially. The quarters are expanded back here, though, in this case. Yeah. Yeah, so obviously much bigger quarters here on the Max compared to the TAC. En suites, bathrooms. I think he's referring to I think each of these is a bathroom. This must be the beds I think he's referring to here. It's interesting. You can go from the quarters here down to, and there's a lift on each side, which is also interesting. Not that surprising with the Starfare, but you can head on down to the other floor. Okay, so not all the components are back here, but largely most of the components are back here. Again, a little bit different from the constellation. The components were not thought about, I think, so thoroughly. So yeah. Anyways, let's fast forward here a bit, and we're gonna go back. But now this is the lower deck, so we have the cargo, and you can see here. Excuse me. This ramp opens up, and you have the vehicle ramp that can then lead into this. Okay, so this is not only so this does ramp doesn't just come down. Maybe there's a ramp even in front of this. I don't know if there's enough room for that. Yeah, I guess there is room for that. So it's largely where you would push. No, there's not. It's hard to tell because the way that this transitions. Yeah, no. So there's probably not enough room for a ramp as well. This probably is the ramp, but then you can also just leave your vehicle on it, I guess. And then you have your cargo section. So you could drive it into the cargo section, I think. I don't know how. Maybe there's no door here. It's hard to tell if there's a door here or not. Either way, you can add a nurse to this to add the medical beds. Obviously, at least one. You could do two nurses if you want two medical beds. You can still have a lot of cargo. Also, note that in some of the pictures we'll see here in a bit, you'll notice there's a walkway down the middle here, kind of like the Caterpillar has. And the doors do open on the sides here to get better access to the cargo. Something very easily they need to do with the Carrack. I say easily, but this is something they need to do with the Carrack. Oh, here's the walkway. Oh, so okay, so we were looking at the lift. This is actually just the garage part for a vehicle. If you'd like to put the, gosh, I don't know, there might be room for two nurses in there. That would be interesting. Then you can get your two medical beds. I wouldn't do that. Actually, I would probably put a Fury and a nurse in here. I wonder if you can get a Fury to sit here and a Nursa, or vice versa. You maybe get a Nursa up here and a Fury in the back, and your Max might just do the same thing that the TAC can do. Yeah. So these are the doors that open up on the side there. This is the walkway that he's referring to, and then you can have your cargo below you. This is the airlock here he's referring to. Can't tell if it's over here either. So suit lockers here, and then a way to get out of here as well. So pretty cool. Also probably entrance there as well. All right, so let's take a look at the some of the documentation stuff they have as well briefly, and then I'll wrap this up. But I wanted to highlight a few things. So Starlancer, this is the video I showed earlier. So if you want to, you can go to here. I think it is play.sc dot or slash Starlancer. You can do like Starlancer Max or whatever to get to this page. The tax here as well, though. Oh, there's a little bit of load time there. So let's head back. I think a lot of people are probably looking at this right now as well. So this might go down. We'll see how it goes. All right, so built for deep space. Obviously, there is this is that cargo section I was talking about here. You can easily get access to it. The walkways there, and then this is that ramp I was referring to. So we do know there is like a garage here in the back, and they did mention an Ursa fitting in there. Pretty big storage. Again, it's like 178, I think, for the Taurus. So, gosh, this is really kind of kicking the tail off that. If it's essentially 50 extra SU and just a better layout. So it's hard to say to keep the Taurus at this point against something like the Max. So I did pick up the like I said, I got the TAC, which I plan on probably returning possibly as in a buyback just to put it in my buyback. And then I did pick up the CCU upgrade, not from the Taurus, but from the Terrapin, and I have the Terrapin between the two. Yeah, looking here, maybe I can find some that fits better than the Terrapin. A couple other pictures here. Here's that cargo again. You can fit the cargo from the outside. This is where the Atlas was kind of in that video, and plenty of room here, and you can walk along the walkway. It seems like the boxes can kind of be stacked up, so Pretty nice little layout. Here's the front. Again, the vision looks better here than it has in the past. Because usually I would expect, I don't know, it seems like the visor ends too low, right? The envelope there when you're looking through. It'd be nice if this whole thing was open up, to be honest. But if I want something like that, I guess I'll be in the Polaris in order to get that nice view. Because, again, I like how the Constellation does it, but man, the Constellation really needs a rework like this. And even then, it's not this thick to be able to do a lot of this. And it's not going to fly as well either, probably, but I don't know if I really, I mean, besides bounty hunting, I'm not really doing anything major with it. So again, pretty 4 SUs. There's different paints in here. This is the one you would get on special if you wanted to do it now. Otherwise, the paints are all just, it's fine. All Beyond. It does mention that the CitizenCon paint is available till November 19th. So that is mentioned here in the documentation. And then the insurance wise, it's 10-year if you get it non-war bond. And then flyable next month by November 22nd. So a month away, essentially. So about a month, yeah, about a month away from it being flyable, which is pretty cool. Let's take a look at the TAC. Pricing, yeah, I mean, you guys can see a whole of the pricing. That's, I won't necessarily belabor that. Again, we're already taking a long time. I just want to take a look at the ship itself. Tactical loadout, again, you have this Fury hangar, which is cool. We looked at that a little bit in the captures and the presentation. This actually puts the exterior stuff in here. So you have a remote missile turrets, which is interesting because there were just turrets on the top as well. Dual mounted, so we got the front and the back turret. Yeah, so that's the same thing that's on the Max. This is the pilot controlled dual size 4, but there's one on each side. So there's 4 size 4s that the pilot has control, which again is a step down. Pretty significant probably, from the Taurus, but the way that the game works, you're just going to be in combat longer, but it should be successful in doing probably ERTs as well. And as long as it can take the hits, which I don't see why it wouldn't. It has similar shields to the the Taurus as it is, and the Constellation class as a whole. Yeah, so more missiles down here. It had missiles in the other ones as well. So it looks like they just added some more missiles on the outside here. Honestly, they should have made these these are probably pilot controlled anyway, so I guess but I wonder who controls these remote operated missile turrets. Probably someone up front, I guess. And then these are the size 5s that stick out kind of out the door. The problem is the back of the ship here is going to be in the way. The angle is going to be here rough. You can't shoot up because this kind of gets in the way. It's kind of manifold here, and the engine, both of these things kind of get in the way with actually shooting up. You can easily shoot down, which this is meant to, I think, be a bit of a landing craft as well. Here's that front part that I was talking about. These are the size 5 guns. So this is right here in this section. This person's going to basically turn around. I don't flip around maybe and be thrown in here. This is actually the turret here. Same thing. This guy sits here. I think he'll probably end up flipping over and then going in. I don't think they'll turn around. Maybe they'll turn around and go in. But anyways, those are the size 5 turrets. This is meant to be the guns here. Unless the turret is... No, I'd be interested to see kind of like the trailer for Squadron 42, this being like shells or something versus just small ammo. But anyways, this is just the ammo. I don't know what these are meant to be here. Oh, I can click the rest of these pictures. These are the medical beds. Again, these are currently located, it looks like in the back, towards the back here. A couple of rooms away from the turrets there. 2 size 3 beds. Here's another look at that turret again. Again, I don't know what these are. This is the ammo for the turret here. And again, the gunner almost seems like he would flip over just the way that they kind of do things graphically, but maybe they'll have him spin around. The medical bed, again, is back this way in comparison to that previous picture. Oh, that's right. So between these 2 rooms, so this is the gunners here, and then this is going to be the section for the jump seats. Now, I think there's probably 8 on each side, or 4 on each side, so a total of 8. There are guns here, so I suspect that there'll be guns that'll be usable on each side. Anyway, so yeah, interesting to see how that plays out. Crew 7, 8 jump seats, yeah, so 4 on each side. Again, I think that this opens up. These guns don't quite make sense because I suspect it'll open up along this side, much like the cargo variant. But I don't know why there's this gun. Oh, okay, no, you know what? That makes sense. Okay, so the reason these guns are here is because this is the whole midsection here. And so This gun goes with these 4 guys, and this gun is on the other side. So it's opened up along this side, to be honest. That's how I'm envisioning it. And so this will open up just like the cargo variant, and then you'll have access to 1 gun here. I don't know why they didn't just put one on the back here as well, but you can have a gunner here. And then these 4 guys would get off on this side. They would, again, have access to this gun. The other 4 guys on the other side would have access to that gun and would pop out on that side. So yeah, that's kind of where again, there's the gun. This is going to be where the this part will open up and the people can hop out the sides. Yeah, so that is the TAC again. Now November 19th. I thought it was 18th on the other side, but that paint is again offered till the 19th, and again 10-year on it if you decide to get the non-pledge version. Yeah, so then you can also get a hold of pricing as well. It does talk in here. They're on the loaner matrix if you want to take a look at this, but it talks about the version you get for the tax. You get the Misc, and then the Max I think gets the Max. So yeah, all in all, pretty straightforward. Looks like it's gonna maybe kind of kick the crap out of the Constellation. It's hard to say, but definitely pretty interesting. The thing I don't know is again the pricing on the builder. I wonder if it'll fall. I suspect it might fall between these two. I don't think it'll be lower than the Max, but for some reason I don't think it'll be over the TAC. But honestly, because of base building, they'll probably artificially make it more expensive than the TAC. Anyways, appreciate those that check out this video, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.